We've all been there. You spend an hour meticulously blending your makeup, but by lunchtime, it's separating, sliding off your nose, or breaking down into patchy spots. Professional makeup artists Michael and Marla have a specific philosophy for solving this. A flawless complexion begins long before you ever touch a bottle of foundation. To show you how this works in practice, we're bringing in 3 models: African American, Asian, and Latina, each with distinct skin behaviors, unique aging processes, and varying melanin levels. We are going to walk you through how to identify your specific skin type and build a custom prep routine to lock in a stable, camera-ready base. Because foundation can only perform as well as the canvas beneath it. If your skin prep is fighting the makeup will inevitably fail. Step 1 is diagnosing your canvas. Wash your face, let it dry entirely, and look at your bare skin in a mirror to see how it naturally behaves without any product. This graphic breaks down exactly what to look for. Oily skin will show a shiny surface and visible pores. Dry or dehydrated skin will feel tight and look matte. Sensitive skin often reveals redness, while combination skin means you're dealing with both oily and dry patches on different zones of your face. Genetics play a massive role in this diagnosis. Higher melanin production in African American and Latina skin provides natural UV protection that actively delays fine lines, but it requires specific attention to prevent dehydration. Asian skin often retains high elasticity well into later life, but it can be highly prone to sudden sensitivity or sharply contrasting combination zones. Slapping the exact same moisturizer on every face ignores these biological realities. To make makeup last, a universal prep routine simply doesn't work. Follow this specific chronological sequence for every application: exfoliating, cleansing, serums, moisturizing, SPF, and finally, priming. That sequence begins with clearing the face of previous products. A deep cleanse is necessary for everything that follows. Any residual oils, trapped dirt, or leftover makeup create an invisible barrier that physically prevents new serums or moisturizers from adhering to your skin. Applying foundation over leftover oils or mismatched layers of skincare will cause the entire look to break down prematurely. Now that the canvas is clean, we move to targeted hydration. The amount of moisture you apply must precisely match the diagnosis you made in step 1. For our model with dry skin, we use a richer cream. Allow several minutes for the product to fully sink into the tissue so the skin plumps up before you move on to the next step. Notice the split screen difference with an oily profile. Here, we take a strictly lightweight, lot more approach, applying only a fraction of the moisture compared to the dry skin routine. Mature skin requires a distinct tactic. We focus on deep, targeted hydration to maintain elasticity and physically plump out fine lines before any color goes on. There is a strict limit to this hydration, though. If you apply too much product, or if you don't wait for it to dry down, you create what artists call the slide effect. Here's what that looks like up close. The excess, unabsorbed face cream acts as a repellent, causing liquid foundation to separate and slide downward. Precise hydration that is fully absorbed prevents your base layer from acting as a slippery surface that destabilizes the foundation. With hydration locked in, priming is the final step of prep. Primers are functional tools, and their specific ingredients must counteract the specific behaviors of your skin. If you produce excess oil, apply a mattifying or pore minimizing formula strictly to the T-zone where that oil actually surfaces. For sensitive skin, the goal is calming irritation. Applying a gentle, soothing primer to reduce redness is far more effective than trying to mask it later with thick layers of green color corrector. Combination skin requires a technique called multi-priming. You apply a mattifying primer down the center of the face to control shine, while simultaneously using a hydrating primer on the cheeks to prevent flaking. Strategic multi-priming builds a customized, stable bridge between your unique skin zones and a uniform layer of foundation. There is one final technique to use before foundation: pre-powdering. This controls localized shine and prevents a greasy appearance under harsh camera flashes. Look closely at this professional brush set. To do this correctly, you need the smaller, tapered brushes for highly precise application. Tap a tiny amount of translucent powder exclusively onto the oily zones. You do this before the foundation goes on, to lock down the shine at the base level. Warning tone. However, Keep heavy powder away from mature skin. Popular techniques like baking will only accentuate and deepen fine lines by drying out the surface. Makeup should minimize the appearance of pores, while still allowing the natural texture and depth of the face to show through. Targeted powdering mattifies only the necessary zones, controlling light reflection without destroying the illusion of real, natural skin. Now look at all three models side by side. Their canvases are fully prepped, balanced, and hydrated specifically for their individual needs. This graphic showcases the professional HD foundation we're using for the final step. Notice how effortlessly it glides over the prepared skin without pulling, skipping, or separating. Precise diagnosis and customized prep directly result in a locked-in, long-wearing makeup application that truly looks like a second skin. Let us know your skin type and your chosen primer technique in the comments below.